Most people think emotional control means staying calm. They're wrong. Dead wrong. What if I told you that every person who triggers you is actually revealing your biggest weakness? And that weakness holds the key to becoming emotionally untouchable. Scientists discovered something that changes everything we thought we knew about anger. Your brain physically can't stay angry for more than 90 seconds, unless you choose to. Think about that. Every time you've stayed mad for hours, days, even years, you were choosing it, over and over again. The same mechanism that keeps you trapped in emotional chaos can also set you completely free. And only 1% of people know how to use it. By the end of this video, you'll understand why that 1% always gets under your skin, and more importantly, how to stop them. Chapter 1. The 90-Second Secret. Picture this. Someone insults you. Your heart races. Face heats up, fists clench. That's cortisol and adrenaline flooding your system, your body preparing for war. But here's what nobody tells you. Your body starts flushing those chemicals right away. Adrenaline's half-life is about 2 minutes. Cortisol starts dropping after 90 seconds. In exactly 90 seconds, the storm is over. So why are you still angry an hour later? Because your mind keeps replaying the scene. Every replay creates new chemicals, new anger. You're not mad about what happened. You're mad about the movie in your head. Emotionally intelligent people know this secret. When they feel that surge, they breathe, watch the clock, and let it pass. They're not saints. They just understand biology. After 90 seconds, any anger left is self-made. Chapter 2. The Hidden Wound Theory. No one can hurt you without your permission, but you gave that permission years ago. Every trigger connects to an old wound, a moment you felt powerless, unseen, or unsafe. That coworker who dismisses your ideas, they're not attacking you. They're touching the bruise from childhood, when you raised your hand and got ignored. Your biggest triggers are echoes of unfinished pain. Your nervous system doesn't have a calendar. It can't tell past from present. When someone pushes your button, you're not 35 arguing with your boss. You're 7, defending yourself against the same old fear of not being enough. Logic can't fix that moment. You're not in your logical brain. You're in survival mode, fighting ghosts. But when you recognize the pattern, everything changes. The trigger loses its grip. Because now you're not battling your coworker. You're healing your younger self. Chapter 3. The Emotional Decoy. Anger is a con artist. It looks powerful, but it's hiding something weaker. It's what psychologists call a secondary emotion, a disguise. Hurt hides behind anger. Fear wears rage as armor. Shame becomes aggression. Your partner forgets your anniversary and you explode. Not because you're angry they forgot, but because you're hurt. The real question beneath it is, do I not matter to you? But hurt feels weak, so anger takes the microphone. When you're cut off in traffic, you rage, not because of the driver, but because for a second you felt helpless. Anger feels like control. Vulnerability feels like danger. So we wear the mask, but masks never heal. They only build walls. When you start looking beneath the anger, you discover what's really going on. That's when healing begins. Chapter 4. The Space Between. There's a quote that changed millions of lives. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom and our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our happiness. Stephen R. Covey wrote that in a foreword for the book, Prisoners of Our Thoughts. The quote was inspired by Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi camps and still found the power to choose his response. Most people don't even know that space exists. Something happens. They react instantly, like dominoes. No gap, no choice, but the masters. They feel the hit, take a breath, and then respond. That tiny pause is everything. It's the difference between reacting like a puppet or responding like the puppeteer. Next time someone triggers you, breathe once and ask, what response would I be proud of tomorrow? That's where power begins, in one conscious breath. Chapter 5. The Witness Within. Inside you, there are 2 versions of yourself, the one who experiences emotions and the one who watches. The experiencer gets lost in the storm. The watcher stays free. Right now, as you listen, you can feel both, the one reacting and the one observing. That observer is your emotional immunity. It's the voice that says, interesting, anger is rising, breath is shallow, the body's preparing for battle. The observer doesn't judge. It notices, like watching weather, clouds, wind, rain, knowing it will pass. From this space, you can feel emotion without being ruled by it. Navy SEALs train in this mindset. Meditation masters live there permanently. And now, you can too. Chapter 6. Emotional Aikido. In Aikido, you never fight force with force. You redirect it. The same rule applies to human conflict. When someone attacks you verbally, defending yourself head-on only fuels the fire. Instead, step aside. Redirect the energy. They say, "You're incompetent." You reply, "Sounds like you're frustrated. What do you need from me?" Suddenly, it's a conversation, not a fight. They raise their voice, you lower yours. They tense up, you soften. You shift the tone, and they follow. This isn't weakness. It's advanced self-control. You're not absorbing their energy, you're transforming it. The most powerful person in any conflict is the one who stays centered. Chapter 7. The Emotional Gym. Every difficult person in your life is a trainer in disguise. You don't get strong lifting feathers. You need resistance. The same goes for emotional strength. That boss who criticizes everything, they're training your confidence. That relative who never respects boundaries, they're building your backbone. That passive-aggressive coworker, they're developing your patience. Without resistance, you stay weak, unchallenged, fragile. These people are your emotional gym, forcing you to practice the skills you claim to have. Once you see difficult people as trainers instead of tormentors, everything shifts. You stop avoiding challenges. You start growing through them. Champions aren't built in comfort. They're forged through friction. Chapter 8. The Story You Tell. Nothing anyone does is really about you. The driver who cuts you off isn't trying to ruin your day. They're late to pick up their kid. The boss who snaps at you isn't plotting against you. They're drowning in pressure. The friend who disappears isn't rejecting you. They're just fighting their own battle. We build stories about why people act the way they do. Then we react to our stories, not the facts. We fight fictions, not people. You can't read minds, but you can rewrite meanings. And the meaning you assign determines your peace. Next time someone triggers you, ask, what else could this mean? Maybe they're not attacking you. Maybe they're hurting. Maybe they're lost. Because hurt people, and healed people heal others. Chapter 9. Integration. The real work. Everything you've heard means nothing if you don't practice. Information without action is just entertainment. So start small. Pick one concept. Use it for 7 days. Maybe it's the 90-second rule. When you feel triggered, wait. Let the chemicals pass. Maybe it's the single breath, the pause before the reaction. Maybe it's becoming the watcher, noticing the storm without becoming it. Every time you remember, you rewire your brain. Every pause strengthens the muscle. By day 7, something shifts. The world looks the same, but you don't. The same people, the same chaos, but they no longer control you. Because emotional mastery isn't about changing others, it's about mastering yourself. And when you master your response, nobody can steal your peace. Nobody can take your power. That person who used to get under your skin, they'll try again. But this time, nothing happens. And they'll have no idea why.